Good morning, folks. How are you? Bit chilly this morning, isn't it? I've got my jersey on. It's one of them possum jerseys. Boy, does it get hot. I've got to take it off every now and again when it gets too hot. So what were we talking about yesterday? Oh, listen, I've got some apologies to make. Apologies for sending you an email with all those names of all those people. I forgot to put it in the CC bottom. You know, the blind copies, I put it up the top, so I'm sorry about that. But people don't worry today, do they? I mean, one time you didn't want anyone to know your email address, but it doesn't matter, you can't help it today, because as soon as you send someone an email, it's sitting there, isn't it, for everyone to see. And the other thing I forgot to do is put a subject on one of them. I sent an email out and I forgot about a subject. But never mind, that's what happens. And another thing that happened, things seemed to go bad yesterday. I didn't have enough bandwidth. I don't really know what bandwidth is, but anyway, I got all of them. I'm lucky I've got Mark. Mark's my mate. He's my webmaster. And anything goes wrong with my computer, I just email him or something and say, hey, fix this. Anyway, apparently I hadn't paid them enough money. Oh, listen, I'm going to take this jersey off. Just a minute. It's a possum and wool jersey. By jeez, they get hot. That's better. Now, what was I talking about? Yeah, we're talking about making mistakes. We all make mistakes. Now, today I was going to talk about fear. I want to touch on fear very quickly here. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of spiders. I'm not afraid of policemen. I'm not afraid of lawyers. I'm not afraid of doctors. I'm not afraid of judges. I'm not afraid of any of the law, policemen. I'm not afraid of anything, right? Because I look at it this way. Why be afraid of people? People either stand up or sit down to pee. I read in a book once, they said if you're going to have to meet the Queen, don't be afraid. She's just an ordinary person. Just imagine her sitting on the toilet doing a pee. She's just ordinary. Bring her down to your level. Same with doctors, lawyers, solicitors. All those they think they're important, but they're not. They're just ordinary people like you and I. So let's talk about lawyers. Lawyers and solicitors. Same bloody thing. You know they're charged like ruined bulls, don't they? Charge something terrible, these lawyers. I remember going to see a guy once. I was looking for a lawyer, you see, because I'd had a couple of traffic fines. And I popped in to see this guy. I was only there about, 10, 20 minutes or something. And the bloody thing, he sent me a bill. We got talking about other things. But he sent me a bill. I said, what the bloody hell is this bill for? Oh, he said, you come and talk to me about your fines. God almighty, they charge like... And there's Gary. Gary's a guy, I can't remember his other name, but anyway, he was a solicitor. After I dismissed Christine, I went to see him. I said, you better come and see him. I've just sacked somebody. And I took along all the notes that how I'd given her a warning and all that. And he said, oh, you should be right, Ron, no trouble at all. He said, just let me know don't do anything, but let me know if you hear from anyone. So I did hear from them. She got a solicitor and they wrote me a letter. So I rang him up and told him. Then I found out that her son was pinching stuff out of my, not pinching, he went and booked some stuff up in my name and stuff like that. And he gave me a couple of things. I spoke to him on the phone a couple of times, but then he sent me a bloody bill, you wouldn't believe, $250 an hour, and he had about 3 or 4 bloody hours on it, and I thought, holy hell, if I'm going to go through this employment thing, it's going to cost me a fortune just on my own lawyer. So I thought, now, why do I need a lawyer? She's guilty, she's done this and she's done that, she's guilty, I don't need a bloody lawyer, I can do it myself. So I did it myself, but oh, Jesus, you wouldn't believe it. I've got a mate, Quentin, a bloody good bloke, got a bit of Maori in him, nice bloke though. He gave me a bit of advice, free advice. After I went to see him and said that, she's going to take a personal grievance claim, he said, she wants money. She doesn't want justice, she wants money. But anyway, I made a deal with Quentin, because he's a good bloke, and I said, I can't afford you. But what I want to do is I want to do all the documents myself, and I want you to have a look at them. And you charge me for looking at them. Righto, Ron. So we wrote up a contract. We had terms of trade, but when I did all the documents, and then I went to see him for some advice to have a look at the documents, but he was away on holiday. So I never used him. So I never had a lawyer. I went right through the whole system without a lawyer. I tell you what, the government says everyone has the right to a lawyer. It's not true. They have this outfit called, what do they call themselves? Canterbury Law, Community Law or something, and they advertise that free advice. Not true. Free advice to everybody except the employer. Employers don't get free advice. They won't give you free advice. Talk about free advice. There's another bloke called Russell List. I don't even know Russell or not a bad bloke. Geez, I went along to see him. Because they have this called Citizens Advice Bureau, where you can get free advice. So I went along there, and Russell comes out, and I said, he said, "What's wrong, Ron?" I said, "Listen, I've got this bloody determination. I lost this case because," and he said, "Give me a look." And he starts reading, and he said, "Ron, you're guilty. You're guilty. You're guilty of sin. You'd have to pay." I said, "What if I don't pay?" He said, "You'll go bankrupt. They'll put you bankrupt." Now, what the bugger didn't tell me, his client was Christine. I found out later, his client was Christine. She had 6 bloody lawyers in the one town. So I couldn't get a lawyer. Oh, jeez, it was terrible. Just a minute. I went along to the police station after all this thing was going on, you see, and I asked to see someone to look into it, and the big chief, he wouldn't see me, a fellow by the name of Dave Gaskin, runs the Timaru Police, but he wouldn't see me. He spoke to me once through the bars and they have bars in the police station, and he spoke to me through there. But anyway, another time I went to see him, he wouldn't even take me in the office, he'd just stand and talk to you. But anyway, Offen, that's right, Mark, he's got a mate, his deputy's Mark Offen. And anyway, I saw Mark, nice guy. And I said to him, I said, "Jesus, I don't trust solicitors." He said, "Well, you have to trust solicitors because the judge was a solicitor. They're friends, all mates, you see. You have to trust them." Oh, jeez. Anyway, I made him do an investigation. I said, "This is wrong, you should investigate." So he did an investigation. You know what he did? He just went to his mate, because there's another cop there that apparently I'd seen once before. And also, they got the determination. This thing they get from the Employment Relations Authority is called the determination. Some young girl, she's just out of, don't even know that she's a lawyer. Don't even know she's been to law school. Nothing on her name. But she makes a decision, you see. She's got this big responsibility. And they call it a determination, the Employment Relations Authority determination. So he gets hold of this determination, you see, this Mark Offen, the deputy of the police, and he reads it all, and then he writes a big report based on their determination, not on his investigation. He didn't get Christine in an interviewer. She never made a statement. He didn't go out and make a statement. He just went from this bloody determination and said that she's okay. She wasn't guilty of anything, you see. It's bloody, it make you cry. I tell you what, I've had enough of this. I've had a bloody enough. I was going to interview people, I was going to do all sorts of things on this blog. But I've had enough. What I want you to do is at the top left-hand side, where you got a search engine on this blog, type in employment law. If you're on YouTube, type in employment law, Ron E. Bishop, Timaru, New Zealand. Ron E. Bishop, employment law. You'll find, I don't know how many dozens and dozens of articles about this case. No need for me to go on anymore. That's enough. Christine's had enough. I've had enough. Everybody, my wife's had enough. Everybody's had a bloody enough. So what do I want? I want $1 million for my reputation. Do I need the $1 million? No, I don't really want the bloody $1 million. But it's a lesson. I want the government to have a lesson. My reputation has been buggered. Christine's reputation has been buggered. The whole bloody thing is a farce. And there needs to be some dollars in the middle there, like $1 million to fight over. If someone gives me $1 million, I'll give most of it away. Sure, I might take Mum on a trip overseas. We might go on a cruise, or we might go to Scotland, or you know that $30,000 that I give Christine? I want that back. If I got that $30,000 back, I might take Mum on a trip. She'll be 80 years of age this year. She deserves it. She's bloody been through tremendous pressure. You got me to put up with. She said to someone one day, "It's right for you." She said, "I got to live with the bucket." Yeah, so I've had enough. I'm sorry, Christine. I'm sorry it's turned out this way. I'm sorry to everybody I've hurt. I'm sorry, but listen, you've bloody hurt me too. And I just want some compensation. Take the hat around, will you? You coppers, you bloody solicitors, take the hat around. Give me a few dollars. Give me my 30,000 back. And I'll go away and I'll shut up and we'll get on with life and we'll do something decent. Okay? I love you all. And see you later. Bye-bye.